Okay, time's up. Pens down. Delilah. Pens down, Delilah.
Stanislav.
So, Sarah, what's going on here? Sarah? Sarah?
She won't answer you. Or she can't.
Why not?
This is the way it's been since she started smoking pot. She's all lazy and boring and... You know, we used to have so much fun together.
And now?
This is what we do.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
We're protesting in front of the White House, demanding that President Obama take marijuana out of Schedule 1.
I have been, in my past, a very rare user of marijuana. I think 5 or 6 times in my life that I've taken a puff.
We noticed the decrease in seizures. He was able to transition, and at this point he was finally able to gain cognitive skills.
Hi Larry, how are you?
Come in, come in.
Good to see you.
It's been a bit of a rough week.
Really? And the best way to take it is put it under your tongue and rub it in your cheek. Don't do too much, you're going to be asleep all night.
We know from animal experiments that the endogenous cannabinoid system is very important in regulating motor activity, that very type of activity that is impaired in Parkinson's disease. From animal experiments, we also know that boosting certain branches of the endocannabinoid system is helpful in relieving symptoms of Parkinson's. Finally, from anecdotal information, we know that certain patients who smoke marijuana experience relief of their symptoms.
I think you're calmed down.
He used just a single drop, and his hands afterwards were rock steady, and the dyskinesia left.
A person like me could really use marijuana. It makes me pretty angry that I can't get it in my home state.
This is Oliver Miller. We're from Atlantic Beach, New York. Oliver had a stroke in utero, and as a result, he has what's called a brain stem injury. So he has a lot of very complex medical problems. Among them are seizures that do not respond.
Over the next few months, Missy rallied together with other parents whose children were also in need of help. They urged local politicians to meet their children to understand the importance of passing the bill.
If you were to tell me at the beginning of this session that I would be voting yes on this legislation, I would say to you, no way. But when you meet Oliver Miller from my district, 14 years old, and some of the folks here mentioned that they have 10, 12 seizures a day, he has hundreds of seizures a day.
The bill is passed.
Governor Cuomo signed the measure into law Saturday, July 5th,
What is the deadliest drug in America? Yeah, it's the one that is legal in all 50 states. Of course, it is alcohol. Tons and tons of people dying from tobacco, tons of people dying from alcohol. Look at that number on the right. Anna, what do you make of that? 0 on the marijuana. As you can see in the chart, weed's average margin for error, the red bar, is much higher than that of other drugs, meaning the likelihood of consuming a harmful dose is lower. You pretty much can't do it with weed.
Officially, the U.S. federal government classifies it as a Schedule I drug. That is the strictest classification they have, period, full stop. That means the government thinks marijuana is more dangerous than Schedule II drugs like cocaine or meth. It means they think marijuana is on the same plane as heroin. There is one drug you won't see on there, even though it is a hell of a lot more dangerous than pot or even cocaine. That's alcohol. A university study found that being drunk increases the risk of a fatal accident 13-fold. Pot, by contrast, increases the risk less than 2-fold. The argument for legalizing pot isn't that pot is good, but that the war on pot is bad. But there is a way in which legal pot could be a huge public health win. I mean, one of the biggest public health wins we've had in decades, saving huge numbers of lives.
Yeah.